A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a harrowing incident that has left the community in shock, at least one civilian has been killed and 48 others wounded after Israeli troops opened fire on a crowd of desperate Palestinians. This tragic event unfolded at a distribution center in Gaza, which was recently taken over by the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, GCHF, a logistics group backed by Israel. Witnesses reported that the chaos began when crowds of Palestinians broke through the fences surrounding the site, driven by an urgent need for food amidst a dire humanitarian crisis. As panic set in, Israeli military helicopters were seen firing flares, and bursts of gunfire echoed in the distance, heightening the chaos. A video captured during the incident shows a large crowd of civilians, including women and children, fleeing the scene in terror, trampling the fencing in their desperate bid for safety. Ajit Sunghay, head of the UN Human Rights Office for the Palestinian territories, confirmed that the majority of injuries were caused by gunfire from Israeli forces. The health ministry in Gaza reported that at least one person had died due to the violence. This incident comes in the context of a severe humanitarian crisis in Gaza, where the ongoing blockade has left many residents facing starvation. Earlier this month, a global hunger monitor indicated that approximately 500,000 people in the region were at risk of starvation. The blockade, which has been in place since March, was implemented by Israel under the claim that Hamas was seizing humanitarian deliveries for its fighters, a claim that Hamas has vehemently denied. The dire conditions in Gaza have led to widespread malnutrition, with reports indicating that bakeries operated by the UN World Food Programme have had to shut down due to a lack of cooking gas. Additionally, prices for the limited food available in shops have skyrocketed, making it increasingly difficult for families to meet their basic needs. The IPC has estimated that nearly 71,000 children under the age of 5 are expected to be acutely malnourished, with over 14,000 cases anticipated to be severe in the coming months. Amidst this backdrop of desperation, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians flocked to the new distribution center in Rafah, established by the GCHF. However, reports indicate that the foundation was unprepared for the overwhelming number of people seeking aid, leading to a chaotic situation where staff were forced to abandon their posts. In a statement, the GCHF acknowledged the overwhelming volume of people at the site, noting that they had to step back to allow a small number of individuals to receive aid safely. The Israeli military responded by claiming that warning shots were fired near the compound to restore order, while denying that they targeted civilians. However, the UN and various humanitarian organizations have expressed deep concerns about the new aid distribution system, arguing that it is inadequate to meet the needs of Gaza's 2.3 million residents. They also voiced concerns that the system allows Israel to use food as a means of control over the population. Philippe Lazzarini, the head of the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, criticized the new distribution model as a waste of resources and a distraction from the ongoing atrocities faced by the people of Gaza. He emphasized that the humanitarian community, including UNRWA, is equipped and ready to deliver aid effectively. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu acknowledged that there was a temporary loss of control at the distribution point, but assured that order was restored. He reiterated Israel's plan to relocate Gaza's population to a sterile zone as military operations against Hamas continue. The resignation of Jake Wood, the founding director of the GCHF, raised further concerns about the group's ability to operate independently while adhering to humanitarian principles. His departure highlights the challenges faced by organizations attempting to deliver aid in a conflict zone while maintaining neutrality and impartiality. The UN and other NGOs have firmly rejected collaboration with the GCHF, citing risks to their teams and the individuals they aim to assist. They have condemned the use of aid as a cover for military strategies, emphasizing that genuine humanitarian efforts must prioritize the needs of civilians. As the situation in Gaza continues to deteriorate, the international community is urged to take action to ensure that humanitarian assistance reaches those in need without obstruction. The urgency of the situation cannot be overstated, as the clock ticks towards famine for many in the region. With the new aid distribution system facing widespread criticism, it remains to be seen how the humanitarian crisis in Gaza will be addressed in the coming weeks. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.